you'd like to be a part of a summary group, or maybe just be part of a program at a chamber meeting. Anybody want to make a remark about today?
I think, Mary, the strongest thing is, and we know we're focusing on Millville and on Vineland, and we're focusing, trying to do things there. I think one of the takeaways and things that I'm thinking is the collaboration of the whole region. And I think there's strength in numbers, and with the school districts, not just that, but with the towns, and that I think is going to be a real positive for people, you know, let's join forces, because that's the way, you know, it is now economically as well.
South Jersey region.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody else want to say anything?
Well, I'll just say that, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, Joe.
You know, it really is quite apparent to me that communication is the big problem.
Yeah.
Whether that be between groups in the government, you know, government officials, we have our own laws to deal with, so we can't, it's kind of built into the system. So that makes the fighting part of the process, you know, unfortunately, but we usually don't come to the meetings prepared enough to defend our position. And I think a lot of times that is because we know what we're thinking. We think the public has a better understanding of what we're talking about. And we leave a lot of stuff out when we're talking about it. So we need to do a better job of that. And I just thought this was really great, so thank you.
What frustrates most me is, like, you can sit in this room and throw these wonderful ideas with these wonderful people, yet you guys are not allowed to because of the Sunshine Law. You should be able to lock yourself in a room and just throw ideas. And that, I think that's killing our government.
Well, that, you know, that in a way is to protect the public, because I don't know what we would come up with if you locked us in a room.
I know it's a
just
law.
to hone on what Joe was saying is, doing this with the community,
Yeah.
it allows you to be the voice also.
Yeah.
So with you being involved and us maybe carrying the message,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's a great thing. I think this is a great thing. I think it's a positive thing. And one of my comments is, if we just keep it here, we've done nothing. Right? So we have to move with what we've learned today as a group, whether it's government or, you know, the people of the city, even if you're an outsider. You know, if we can make change here, then we can make change throughout the region.
I'm really encouraged by, it seems to me like we're trying to build a vision. And I've been chirping about that for a while. And one of the things from a religious perspective, I want to see pastors and churches come together more to support the community. If you're talking about, you know, people unemployed and they're on drugs or whatever, that has an effect on us as well. One of our jobs is to try to make that change. But with that, we want to promote people to spend money here. We want to promote people to reinvest in the community they live in. And so I think as churches need to get on the same page about some things that can make a direct effect on what we're doing here. And for me, you know, our church, we're going to be spending money here. I'm going to be promoting it. I want to do church. You know, there's something to support the Levoy. Let's all have a church trip. It's right around the corner. Why do we need to go to Philly? Let's do it here. So I'm just really encouraged, and thank everyone for, you know, for putting this together. It's really cool.
When we were in our groups, I talked about how I did leadership Cumberland County, and I learned about a lot of county resources that even though you live here, you don't know about. I look at this in the same way, and we all here know, and when you summarize what we just all talked about, we have maybe a vision, a plan. We're all ambassadors for our city, our community, our people. None of us should ever be out publicly being negative, which I don't think we are, but we're people that seem to see the strengths. But, you know, look for the solution. If an argument comes up around us about some of the negatives, we, through our vision here, maybe we'll be able to throw in some of these solution ideas or whatever, change people's thinking a little bit instead of just dwelling on the negative. You know, just at least discuss things differently with people, and I think that helps the community. So consider yourselves ambassadors, I guess we could say.
Yes.
To go out and be positive for them.
Anybody else? I think that, you know, I'm an outsider to Millville in many ways. 3 years down here in South Jersey from Pennsylvania now. So I came in not knowing what to expect when I moved here and took a job. My businesses that I work for are in Vineland and on the border of Millville. But, let me say this, every sponsorship dollar that my company puts out comes into Millville. It doesn't go into Vineland, it doesn't go into Richmond, it goes into Millville.
Thank you.
So we are Millville. I don't understand the lines of demarcation between the cities. I never had this before, where I'm from. You know?
Hello, Pennsylvania. By the way, I love Millville.
You know,
Absolutely love Millville.
so I came in with these open eyes of saying, I'm going to support Millville, I'm going to support Vineland, I'm going to support Bridgeton. And I think that if more of us think that way, we can be successful, just like someone else said, having the communication between the various chambers. And I like to see those chamber initiatives where we're all together and being able to talk like this. Maybe even doing something like this and inviting some of the Vineland Chamber people to sit with the Millville people to hear what their successes are and their failures. And they can hear what our successes are in the Millville Chamber and what we kind of failed at, and maybe together. I don't know if it's possible because, again, I'm a newbie down here. I'm not a shoebie anymore, I'm a newbie.
A lot of businesses belong to both.
Yeah,
A lot of
They
us-
do,
a lot of us are-
exactly.
Yeah.
But to be able to maybe get some that are not at both and encourage them to kind of come in. That might be a way to open the communications also. It's just my thought looking out from an outsider in.
No, that is good. And if you had I can tell you, I've gone to statewide meetings for Main Street organizations, and in the past for chambers of commerce. And if you're in a seminar or workshop and you're discussing, almost all of us have the same problems. If you go to a Main Street meeting, too many hair salons on our Main Street. Well, that's just the way a Main Street is. And that's just an example. But if it's a Chamber of Commerce, there's gonna be similar problems and similar solutions that could apply to us.
Exactly.
So you had a very good idea of maybe broadening this in the future.
I just wonder how we get the rest of the chamber members involved. What is it that's gonna bring them out? Because we see, we hold some events, like we did the business speed dating, and the first time we had 60 people, the second time we had 30 people. I don't know if it's the timing, if it's, we're not sure, but it's the same group that keeps coming out, which is normal in any organization. But how do we get those other folks engaged?
I
Besides
think
lunch.
maybe the city could help by announcing some of these things, under some part of the portfolio, what's going on.
Well, if you guys send an email,
Yeah.
we'll announce it,
Yeah.
but I'm probably not gonna just remember to look at your website.
No, please announce coming up,
Right. We
We
March
talked about a
1st or
greater
whatever.
social media presence for the
Yes.
chamber
Yes.
in general.
We
There's
did.
a perfect example. So.
Yeah.
And Marianne, we gotta make it easy for people to get involved in this. Like I said, the website needs to be revamped. The
Yes.
I know there's a marketing thing that Jerry put together, it was awesome. I think we just need to make it very simple for people to get involved in the chamber and also to do business here in Millville. And that's a greater vision that, I'm not well versed in, but if we're gonna have people get involved in it and start engaging in conversation, we need to reach out to them and make it known, not just 3 times a year. It's gotta be in front of people constantly. For me, I use Facebook. I'm on it constantly. That's how people know about things. That's how I communicate with them. So, but you know what? But you know what? That's how we did Code Blue. Literally.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Code Blue is Cumberland County now, Code Blue.
Yeah.
Not just Millville Code Blue or Vineland or Bridgeton.
It is a county.
It's a county oriented, and other counties are now picking up on that. So we do have success stories. So I just, to go back to what you're saying, I think we need to make it ridiculously easy for people to be involved in this. If we don't, they're not gonna bother.
And volunteer.
Yeah,
Because we do have great
and to get into it,
volunteers in this
yeah,
community.
absolutely.
Everybody needs to do a shift in Code Blue. Changes your life.
Larry for president, right there. There you go.
Everybody do a shift. Even if
Everybody
you're
do a
not
shift.
certified, can you be there with another certified?
Just gotta.
I'm telling you, it changes your life.
See me and I'll point you the way.
It's a life change.
I think the chamber in general needs a little more visibility through basically that, social media, and all of us, as, again, labeled as ambassadors, to put it out there when you know
Share,
about a
share.
chamber
Yeah.
event, because I don't think we we don't know who all the chamber members are at a glance, some people are missing the emails or this or that. That way it gets out there more, because yeah, we have a lot of good things, fun things we're adding all the time, it seems, very relevant things.
All right, we're way ahead of schedule, which is always a good thing, right?
Yes.
Paying the extra time, but if we get end early, that's, hopefully you walk out saying, wow, that was good. So I'm gonna do the wrap up. We really appreciate you coming out and participating. I'm relatively new to the chamber. We started with a conversation about a year and a half ago, I think it was, saying, well, who are we, how are we relevant to our members, and what can we do to be more supportive of them as they want to move forward in the community, which is the lifeblood of the community. And so we did a couple of different things, the focus groups, we have business dating, trying to do things to encourage other people to participate and come out. We're going to continue to do those things. We're going to use this information we received from you folks, as well as the survey, to try to focus our future, not only for this year, but for a couple of years, and try to adjust things as we go along, modifying the website. Obviously, it costs money, but you know, if that's what the chamber needs to do, we're going to try to look at that and take a hard look at it. And then we also want to make the information available certainly to the city. So if the city is interested in it, there was some, you know, information through the survey about the city. Some was positive, some was a little on the negative side, but that's all information, and it's all in how you look at it. So I believe Abraham Lincoln was the one that said, I look at every problem as an opportunity. So if we look at all even the negative things that come out of this as opportunities for us to get better and stronger, it's only going to strengthen our community. It's going to strengthen us as individuals and as individual groups and every component that's represented here. So we hope that everybody can benefit from that going forward. Chamber members can be apprised of the information that we will put together and make available to them if they're looking at it for their own business, for local government, and certainly we will use that for the chamber to help us move forward in encouraging people to participate. Because it is participation. You know, you don't join a chamber or join any organization without some expectation that's going to be helpful to you in what you do. So we want to try to do that for all the members, and we think that that will make us stronger, not only as a chamber group, but also as a community. So that's our hope and our goal. And if we look at every problem as an opportunity, then when we're changing our mindset. Our mindset's now not going to be, gee, you know, I'm doing all this good work and you're attacking me or saying I'm not doing a good job, but I'm going to use that as an opportunity to change my mindset. And hopefully that radiates out over everybody, whether it's communication or whether it's sharing or improving social media. If we do those things in a positive way, then at the very least we hold the naysayers at bay and go ahead forward with the good plans of making things better around us. So we thank you very much for coming out, and we will end early. Everybody likes to go to a training session where it ends early and they get out early, so hopefully that's a good positive thing too. There's some Danish and coffee. Thank you all very much.